What's up, everyone? It's Reese from Big Construction Energy, and this time I want to tell you about my good old buddy Dave. This is not an episode you want to miss. My good buddy Dave. So, first thing you need to know about Dave is that he's just a good old boy. He's a good guy, a military vet, and he's a handyman, and he's one of those guys that if you have something that needs to get done, you call Dave. And I think everybody should have a Dave in their life. They're few and far between, but when you find them, you got to hold on to them and cherish them forever. So my good buddy Dave, sometimes something crazy happens in the house. You get a hole here, or something's too high to reach there, or you have some weird problem that's not really a specialized fix so much, but it's more of a I don't know who to call to get this thing figured out. And that's what Dave's for. So my good buddy Dave, you could call him for anything from getting your porch done to doing some crazy weird plumbing. Now, this is not to take any business away from people that do porches or plumbers or electricians, which he also does that, by the way. But it's more meant to say he kind of fills in the cracks and does the in-between stuff. So I had a couple boards to get replaced. I didn't need to go out and call a guy to do my whole deck over or anything like that. And the same thing goes for, I had a weird toilet that was leaking a little bit in the back of the tank or whatever. I didn't need to call a plumber for that necessarily. It was just a Dave fix, as you call it. And the thing about Dave is that he's a really honest guy. I've known him for a really long time, and he's just somebody that you can depend on. And I think that so many times people don't accept that, but they take that for granted. They take it for granted that it's a person that you can depend on. So funny, going back to the example of fixing my deck, I had a couple boards that needed to be replaced, and I've known Dave for so long that I was like, hey man, I got a couple boards that need to get replaced. He's like, okay, I can come take a look at it Saturday. You want me to give you a quote for it? And I said, nah, just do it. Just get it done. I know you'll charge me fairly, man. And he did, and he fixed it. It's fantastic, and he Daved it up. I mean, he did a great job with it. I think that especially as we get more technologically oriented and people are less likely to do hands-on labor, it becomes so important to have somebody like that in your life that you can call, depend on. You know that they're not going to screw you over. You know that they're going to do a good job fixing things. He always does a great job. And that's the moral of the story, is be like my buddy Dave. Be somebody that people can depend on, do honest work for honest pay, and just be a overall decent human being. Now here's the part where marketing comes into play. How does my buddy Dave market? He's a one-man show. He basically is Sir Fix-A-Lot, and and that's the name of his business, by the way, Sir Fix-A-Lot. We'll give him a shout out on this little video here. And what he does is he manages things primarily through Instagram. Doesn't do things in traditional means like a website. And what he does is he just meets people, makes friends, and he puts videos on his story of him doing different odd jobs. So, for example, when he was out repairing my deck boards, he took a video of that, and he even goes so far as to say, like, hey, this is how you fix that situation. This is how you change that problem, right? And I'll be damned if every time I'm looking at his story, he was doing a deck the other day, and I was like, oh my God, maybe I should change my deck boards up and that type of thing. And he'd be the first person that I call because I can depend on him, Outside of that, I mean, he places these things out there. He's always helpful, always willing to take a call. And at the end of the day, I think everybody could take a couple lessons from my buddy Dave. I hope you all have a wonderful day.